Will flummox all of us as well, isn't
We'll
it?
make you honorary Swede.
That's why not.
That sounded very authentic, George. But did you take anything from your time in Sweden, that sort of Swedish model? Paying taxes, obviously, is not something that resonated with the Greeks, which the Swedes do, but anyway.
Let me put it this way. First of all, I'm very grateful, my family is very grateful. Many Greeks are very grateful because we were in exile there and they welcomed us. We could have been, without any home. We were refugees there. We couldn't go back to Greece. And taxes, yes, but I think the taxes, this is, I think, interesting.
Yeah.
The taxes, the most popular public agency in Sweden, and this has to go with trust, is the tax agency. Something very different than in Greece. Okay. This is what we can do. We can change.
But very quickly, Jan Ellison, do you think we've got to the stage now where a lot of people in Europe and elsewhere are saying we don't want ideology in our politics anymore, whether it's based on equality or this or that. We just want good technocratic governments who can manage the economy well, and it's kind of the end of ideology.
Well, I don't like the fact that it would be technocratic government. I would hope that politicians would also be in charge of that, going that direction. But I think the greatest thing about developing society, hopefully in the European perspective, is that strength is not military strength as we learned during the Cold War. Strength is economic strength, well distributed. Strength is social cohesion in society. Strength is environmental awareness. Strength is vitality, democracy, research, science, and kids who get jobs when they grow up. That is really how I think Europe should go. That is the direction we should aim for.
And you say very quickly, passion and compassion are the two key things that...
Without passion, nothing happens in life. Without compassion, the wrong things happen.
And Mary, you've built a career in many ways when you were at the UN Human Rights Commission based on compassion.
Yeah. I just agree very much with what Jan and George have been saying about how we should have societies in the 21st century and how we should encourage developing countries who are developing their capacity. And part of it is not to have these terrible divides and to have governments that are responsible to people, to bring back a sense of the real politics, the service of politics. Politicians should serve people, and that's, I think, the real sense. And, we've never needed more leadership.
George, and your plans now, because you're not going to be head of PASOK anymore soon, are you?
That's right.
What are you going to be doing?
I hope that Greece, being the birthplace of democracy, we can set up, I was thinking, a school for training of leaders, democratic training. Just think that Greece is in the region of the Arab Spring. We are looking at a global situation where we need global governance, democratic global governance, where we bring in the concept of justice and redistribution of power, dealing with global issues such as climate change. This is what certainly I will be working with, and of course, fighting for my country. My country has great potential. Greece has great potential.
George Papandreou, Mary Robertson, Jan Ellison, thank you all very much. And until our next rendezvous with me, Zainab Badawi, goodbye.